Good afternoon, Deb Rodenbosch-Schaub here. Glad to have you with us today for another Facebook Live session here at the Career Services area for the K-State Alumni Association. We're going to be talking about business presentation skills today, and Brandon Savage is a faculty here on campus and will be instructing that class for a winter intersession class. And I wanted to first just kind of give a little intro into why this is important. And for those I have consults with in career services, I'm not sure there's always an understanding why the business presentation skills are important. And so I run a few stats by people that 70% of studies show it's critical to your career success, even though 75% of people have that public speaking anxiety. But there's ways to improve that, and it really does impact the way that we're seen within our companies, our employers, the career track, promotions, and that kind of thing, and how presentation skills can really impact a company as far as their turnover and employee absenteeism rates, profits, and that kind of thing, because of the image that is there that comes with those presentation skills.
Yes, absolutely.
So why don't you tell us, Brandon, a little bit about this class and how this addresses some of these areas?
Yeah, so this is a new class, and it stemmed out of, I teach strategy, ethics, and an introduction to operations class. And a couple months ago, I was with a team of students that was doing a case competition in Detroit that was sponsored by General Motors. And as we were helping this team prepare for that, and I was giving some constructive feedback on presenting skills, and I had a conversation with these students saying, how have you been taught any of this? And it became very clear that there was no class that was teaching them these skills. And I've watched in my classes as groups are giving presentations. In spring, I was asked to be a judge for the Big 12 strategy case competition, and even amongst other schools, saw that there's a lot of room for improvement. And so we put together this class feeling that this would, one, solve a need that was in the business school, but also quickly realize this would be something that would be applicable for other students in other colleges at K-State and would be applicable to alumni. That having that ability to be able to present is something that can make a huge difference in a career. You said the 70% statistic that 70% feel like that's essential in a career, and I'd argue the other 30% just don't know it yet.
That's right.
That they don't realize how, if they were able to present better, to put together a nicer presentation, to understand how they can look more confident when they're presenting to just their boss, to their peers, or to a board of directors, that skill set can go a long, long way.
Well, and that first presentation really could be with a panel of people for a job interview.
Absolutely. That yes. is. You're presenting and you're selling yourself.
Yes. So there's a lot of ways to consider presentation. So when it comes to the format for this intersession class, you have a week of online and then 2 weeks of on campus, but talk a little bit about what you are envisioning for the future too.
Yeah, with the first class, we're doing it through intersession, so we've got a pretty narrow window to kind of squeeze it in between the fall semester and the winter semester, and that first week is completely online and then 2 weeks in class. As we do that class, I'm gathering information, looking at how that works with an eye looking forward to how can we turn this into a 100% online class. And you and I were talking about this beforehand. One of the biggest challenges as we were looking at that was the technology. Can we make sure that students, locally and remotely, are able to record themselves presenting with a PowerPoint presentation, and that we can have that in a consumable manner so that we can have peer review amongst other students. And as we've been exploring that over the last month or so, we feel like we've got good solutions on hand to be able to enable that. And the goal is that this would be a class that we'd be able to offer, each semester, potentially even multiple times a semester online, and that it could have hundreds of students participating in that and being able to help peer review others' presentations. The class itself is designed to have about half of it be the skill sets, and the other half practical application with a lot of presenting, practicing. You know the adage, perfect practice makes perfect.
Yes.
In my career, having experience with Dale Carnegie training, being a coach for Dale Carnegie for a short period of time, then through Toastmasters, another really good tool. It doesn't matter how good of a presenter you are, you have to continually be practicing in order to get the fear out, the wiggles, the tension, the nervousness, and then to work on a lot of the body language, the verbal cues, and how to get your message across.
Right. Well, so we're kind of planting seeds today, because since this does involve some on-campus time, we won't have very many people that are outside of the immediate region as far as alums go to participate. But looking forward, this is going to be a tremendous offering to our alum who are located across the country, globally. I mean, it will be a truly, I think, very important class offering that will speak to a lot of our alum as they consider their business presentation skills and how they might be able to improve those, because we all need to continue learning and polishing, and I think that this is an excellent way for us to convey information and bring an opportunity to our alum, no matter where they are.
I agree, and the assignments and the presentations that will be given will have a lot of flexibility, that you can come with a presentation that you're already working on or that you're going to have to give, and be able to refine that, polish that, get feedback, so that you can then, crush it when you have to deliver it in a real business setting. So I think it's going to be a great opportunity for.
So those who want to find out more and read about the detail, that type of thing, what's the best way to find that class information? It'll,
when it's offered in the spring semester, it'll be offered through Global Campus. We have. Trying to think, the easiest way is probably go to our Twitter account, K-State BPS for Business Presentation Skills. We have a link there that goes directly to the course site on Global Campus, and stay tuned for when it will be offered in spring and beyond.
Very good. Well, thank you for being a guest with us today. Really appreciate that. And just as a reminder, too, as you share information, the members of the K-State Alumni Association do receive 2 hours of free career services here. And in fact, the dues are really economical, $40 a year, and for recent grads, only $20 a year. So to receive 2 free hours of career services here is a great benefit among many great benefits here. So that's information we always like to share during our Facebook Live sessions. But thanks again for being here. It's tremendous what you're doing, and we look forward to bringing this really vital, important offering to our students and alum. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Thanks.